Well, hello there, lovely people. It's me, Ryan Burns, and today I'm going to be doing another reaction video. You guys seem to like these. I do get very pedantic, and I guess that's what you like. So this one, I literally have no idea what it is. It was sent to me by Nikki Broughton. It looks like it was Discovery Channel 2019, something called Mission Declassified DB Cooper. When I say literally have no idea what this is, that is not with any hyperbole. I literally have no idea what I'm about to watch, but I guess we'll both watch it together. Maybe you've seen it, but I definitely haven't. So I'm just going to jump right into this and we'll see. Yeah, so this video got blocked originally when I uploaded it. It was about 50 minutes long, and I guess I just sat flabbergasted with my mouth open. I didn't talk over the video enough to disguise that it was someone else's copyrighted material. So it got flagged, and here we are. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and show the parts where I am talking, I suppose. That way it won't be copyrighted. And I might jump in every now and then and describe to you some things. Anyway, cheers. Okay, it's one of these guys. So it's like, is there a factory that makes these Discovery Channel guys? Like there's this guy, there's that Steven Rinella guy, there's Eric Eulis, there's Josh Gates. I guess they all want to be Josh Gates because he has the most successful one. But it's like, what's the starter kit? You need to have brown hair. You need to have like 2 to 3 days of beard scruff. You need to have you a brown jacket. And you need to jump out of a plane at some point. I think that's like a prerequisite. This guy probably doesn't, but I don't know. But it seems like every one of these documentaries, somebody's jumping out of a plane. I don't think Eric ever jumped out of a plane. I know he has before, but I don't know if he ever did one for one of his 14 DB Cooper documentaries that he's done. But yeah, these are kind of dime a dozen. But yeah, these guys, there's like a factory that makes these. Okay, I mean, he is a bit of a man after my own heart. We're talking about FOIA files. I do love me some FOIA files, except for the redactions. Like when they redact Robert Gregory, one of the witnesses for Cooper, who was born in 1900. Robert Gregory, who was born 2 years after Teddy Roosevelt charged up San Juan Hill, yet some interns with the FBI are still redacting his name. The man is long dead, okay? He does not need his name redacted. But regardless, I digress. Let's return to learn more about FOIA files from my new beard scruffy, brown-haired, brown-jacketed friend. You know, maybe I should get a bingo card going. I should get a bingo card for these documentaries. Like, he's got to drive through some woods. He's gonna jump out of a plane. You gotta talk to Bruce, of course. There's a bingo. What else could you have? He's probably gonna talk to Tom Kay, I would guess. Going to drive through the woods. He's going to walk through the woods. He's going to talk about how difficult it would be to land in the woods at night. He might talk about how cold he's going to be. See if there's a mention of loafers. I really need to make a bingo card for the next one. Maybe you guys can give me some give me some phrases and things to look for so I can make a bingo card for these documentaries, because they really are almost boilerplate the way they shell them out. So at the start of this documentary, our guy here, Ozempic Josh Gates, comes across the Amboy chute, and he wants to find out more about it, so he goes and meets Bruce, and they end up going to Amboy to dig around in the ground looking for remnants of parachutes. It's a giant waste of time.
I feel a little stupid.
Hey, this is worth it to see Bruce do some manual labor.
A lot of dead ends.
Exhausted after unearthing half a dozen rocks with Bruce Smith out in Amboy, Josh Gates, on year 3 of the Atkins diet, goes and meets up for burgers with Lenny DePaul, some retired U.S. Marshal that the Discovery Channel probably has on retainer. He tells our guy, "Without physical evidence, all you can do is develop a profile. You're chasing a ghost, kid." Perfect. Actually, hey, man, whoever this Lenny DePaul guy is, he's another man after my own heart. We are chasing a ghost. It's a nightmare. It's a living hell, this case. We are chasing a ghost. And like he said, all you can do is develop a profile at this point, because there really is so little evidence out there. We can just try to develop a profile, but hey, whose profile is right? Everybody gets to have their say. Cooper's like a Rorschach. He can be anything you want him to be.
Get into his mind. He knew where he was going to land.
Okay. No, he did not know where he was going to land, Mr. Lenny DePaul. Cooper may have known what county he was in. Maybe. That'd be about the closest. He had no idea. He did not specify a speed to fly at, so he didn't know exactly how fast they were going. He did not know what airway they were taking. He didn't know they were taking V-23. If he could have asked what they were on, and he didn't. He didn't specify in air path to take or a flight plan to follow, anything like that. So Cooper could have timed it a little bit and said, okay, well, we've been in the air for 30 minutes or whatever, and we should be approaching Portland by now if we're heading straight south, which, maybe he figured out that they were doing that. Perhaps he had a compass and he figured out what was going on. But landing with any specificity was basically impossible for Cooper that night. This guy then goes and does the obligatory thing you're supposed to do in every D.B. Cooper documentary, and he jumps out of a plane. But what's interesting is they show him talking to skydivers up in like the Pacific Northwest, and even have like planes taking off that look like they're in the Pacific Northwest, but that's not where he jumped, apparently. Very startling. I was kind of taken aback for a moment. Wait a second.
I mean, it would kill you.
Where the hell are they?
We must have landed pretty far apart because I've got no idea where he landed.
I thought they were jumping
Somewhere
in the
over there,
Pacific
I think.
Northwest. Wait a second.
30 seconds.
So despite jumping in the high desert of Utah or wherever the heck he jumped, he decides that jumping in the PNW is just too dangerous for Cooper, and that can't be where Cooper jumped. So he goes and talks to this random pilot, and they look at the flight path map, and they determine that, well, Cooper jumped in a different place, of course. A better, safer place.
Just north of Reno's city limits sits nearly 3,500
no.
square miles of flat, wide-open land.
No.
Perfect terrain.
No. For God's sake. Look, they know when approximately Cooper jumped, okay? He caused a pressure bump. They felt it. They know when he jumped. They didn't know what they were feeling at the time was him jumping, but we know now what they felt was him jumping. It's been replicated by copycat hijackers, by testing. Cooper was off the plane before they got to the Columbia River, which separates Oregon and Washington. He was not all the way down in Reno. What are they talking about? This is a waste of time. A waste of time. He then comes across some random 302 that's in the files that is from some guy near the Reno airport who's like, oh, I gave a guy a ride that night. And he was kind of weird, and we went to Vegas. So, of course, this guy then becomes obsessed with going to Vegas, and because he thinks Cooper laundered the money there after jumping in Reno.
Into a cab in Reno at 2 p.m. November 25th. Oh.
Bro, if you're going to track down every single lead of somebody who saw Cooper get in a cab or somebody looked like this, y'all, if you go into the DB Cooper vault and start scrolling through there, that's all it is. I seen him on TV. In fact, yes, there is even one of these FBI files where somebody saw an extra, a jury member on a Perry Mason episode, and called the FBI. And the poor FBI guys had to actually write this down, type it up. Yeah. But yeah, a guy getting in a cab in Reno. Okay. I mean, look at that. Look how redacted that is. In Reno cab about 2 p.m., November 25. Wow. Okay. So then they have this phony scene of faux Indiana Jones, and he's going through these 302s. He's looking for suspects. So they just have him in his hotel room going through suspects, and then disaster strikes. Oh, Heinemann.
Right now, I'm going through potential suspects from the FBI files that might be D.B. Cooper.
Whoa, hello, Ted Braden. Look at you. Now, this might be, how about this? This is going to be the very first time that Ted Braden makes an appearance, an actual D.B. Cooper suspect. in one of these documentaries. This is the first time I've ever seen Ted in one of these.
1971. Richard Floyd McCoy Jr.
According to the file,
The exact same crime.
Look at how proud he is of himself. I love that. Like, is that John? Who does he have up there on the wall there? That looks like what's his face? The CIA guy. I forget. God, my brain is scrambling out. McCoy. This guy is so proud that he found McCoy. People, I can't even, there's no words. There's just nothing to say. Look how proud he is. I mean, you're on national television. They're on the Discovery Channel. Come on, dude. Look how happy, content. He's a copycat who knew everything. Or maybe he just read the paper because all the details that McCoy used were in the newspaper. Keep reading, my man. Keep reading where you get to all the witnesses saying that guy was not Cooper, looks nothing like Cooper. Keep reading, keep reading. Maybe you find out about his speech impediment. Keep reading, keep reading. Maybe you'll find out about how he did a worse job than Cooper because he was caught. If the Cooper hijacking was his first hijacking, just replicate it verbatim and you wouldn't get caught, perhaps. But he changed it up and did all these things. He thought he was cleverer than Cooper, but he wasn't.
was because eyewitnesses had conflicting opinions about whether McCoy matched the FBI's composite sketch of Cooper.
Wait, no, they didn't say whether he matched the composite sketch. These are the people who saw Cooper. They're not referencing whether he looks like the composite sketch. Oh my God. No. Bro. No, they didn't think McCoy matched Cooper, not the sketch.
It seems
the stewardesses didn't need the sketch. They saw Cooper. No one said it was the same person. In fact, I believe that document says there is a strong resemblance, but definitely not identical. Like, it literally says that I'm quite certain that is Robert Gregory's, and it says there is some resemblance, some strong resemblance, but definitely not identical to the hijacker.
He, in fact, was in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes, he was in Las Vegas after Thanksgiving. After their lunch, he and his wife went to Vegas. We have them filling up their car. We have gas receipts of them filling up their car in Utah as they're driving up to Vegas that night. Then they get to Vegas and they make a phone call back home. Hey, how are the kids? It was like an anniversary vacation or trip or something for them. They went after Thanksgiving, did lunch. They weren't there. Yeah, they were there the night of Thanksgiving, but not there the morning. McCoy was spotted the morning of Thanksgiving at his home by multiple people.
I believe I have finally uncovered the true identity of D.B. Cooper.
Wow, dude. Hey, man, you're in the vortex for 3.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and it's Richard McCoy. Yes. That was torturous. Nikki Broughton's in trouble for this, if you're making me watch that. Yeah. That was a nightmare.